For the past few years, or since July 2020 to be exact, I've been paying Fiverr around $400 every single month. And in return, Fiverr's been giving me roughly $2,000 worth of orders back. Now, I know that sounds a bit backwards because most freelancers are trying to get paid by Fiverr, not pay Fiverr themselves. But this system that I've been using has been quietly generating me a 5 times return on what I've been giving them, month after month, for years now. And it's not something Fiverr talks about much. To most sellers, it's almost invisible, something they don't really have much insight into. But once you understand how it works, and especially with what's about to change in Fiverr's rules, it can completely transform your results on the platform. And recently, after talking with a few other top freelancers, I decided to push this system harder. I changed one small thing, and within 24 hours, I made $1,205 from just $58 of spending. Now that's when I realized I needed to make this video to break down exactly how this system works, what I did differently, and why Fiverr's new update could make it even more powerful. So, what have I actually been paying Fiverr for all of these years? And just to clarify, or to give you the exact numbers, over the last 5 years, I've paid Fiverr just over $17,350. And in return, it gave me $102,881. Now, that's a pretty incredible return on investment. So let me show you behind the curtain, because this is all thanks to Fiverr's internal promoted gig system. It's basically their version of paid ads. Now, it's been around since July 2020, and since it launched, I've been running ads on my gigs every single month. It works a lot like Google ads or Amazon ads. You pay Fiverr to boost your gig to the top of the search results, but you only pay when someone actually clicks on your gig. That's the part most freelancers don't realize. You're not paying Fiverr for exposure. You're paying for qualified attention. Every click has intent behind it, and if your gig converts, that small investment can generate serious returns. For me, this system has been a consistent growth engine. It's predictable, measurable, and when used correctly, incredibly profitable. But the real turning point came when I decided to break my normal spending pattern and test something new. Normally, I spend around $400 a month. That's based on capping my daily ad spend at $15. Now, I've never gone over that, as I've basically always refused to. And even with that, I was still bringing in around $2,000 a month in return, which is not bad at all. And I used to spread that ad spend across multiple gigs, carefully watching which ones were performing and which ones weren't. However, after talking with a few other experienced Fiverr sellers who were seeing big spikes from higher budgets, I decided to test what would happen if I went all in just for one day. Now, just to clarify, a lot of the other sellers I was already speaking to were capping out their daily ad spend at the current maximum, which is $50 a day. And remember, I'd always been sitting at $15. So I thought, what if I matched them? Would this higher budget actually make a difference? Well, I decided to give it a go, and I didn't change any of my gigs. I just increased my daily cap from $15 to $50. Now, midway through the second day, when I checked back in, I noticed my ad spend was already at $58, but it had brought me in $1,205 in revenue. Now, if you do the math, that's more than a 20 times return in less than a day. But this wasn't luck. And honestly, I've been wary of increasing my daily limit because even though I know it's profitable, it's still a hard pill to swallow when you see a $1,000 invoice from Fiverr ads at the end of the month. But the sellers I was talking to were already spending that kind of money every single month, and their returns were decent, just not as high as mine. And this all comes down to your niche and the industry you're in. Now, don't think that you can just start running Fiverr ads at $50 a day and make the same kind of results that I did. No doubt there are other industries that could perform even better, but everyone's results are going to vary. It basically depends on your niche, your gig quality, and how many competitors in your space are also running ads. But the key takeaway here is that ads don't create the success, they amplify it. And this is where a lot of beginner freelancers get stuck. They think that if you just turn on Fiverr ads, that's what's going to bring them success. But it doesn't work like that. Now, I'd always recommend you have some proven success before even thinking about switching ads on. That's the biggest misunderstanding most freelancers have. Fiverr ads are not a magic switch that brings you sales to a dead gig. They're a multiplier for gigs that already work. And this is where the big news comes in, because Fiverr is about to give us even more freedom to scale those results. Starting October 15th, Fiverr is officially changing two major limits on ads. The maximum cost per click cap is increasing from $3 to $6, and the daily ad budget cap is increasing from $50 to $100. Now, at first glance, that might sound like just another way that Fiverr can make more money from their sellers. But it's actually a massive shift in how Fiverr wants to handle its ad ecosystem. Now, for sellers who know how to run profitable ads, this means double the firepower. And we'll probably see two things happen. First, top performing sellers will start investing more heavily, because if you can make $1,200 from a $50 ad spend, imagine what happens when you can spend $100 a day strategically. Second, competition will naturally increase. With the cost per click cap doubling, some sellers will start bidding higher to dominate visibility. Now, for newer or smaller freelancers, this might sound intimidating, but it's actually the best time to get ahead. Because when a system like this opens up, the people who understand how it really works can take advantage long before everyone else catches on. And while bigger sellers might be throwing money at the system, the real winners will be those who combine strategy and optimization. You don't need to outspend anyone. You just need to outconvert them. Because when your gig converts better, every dollar you spend goes further. And that's what makes Fiverr ads so powerful when done right. So let's talk practicality. How do you actually make Fiverr ads work for you? Well, first, you choose the right gigs to promote. This is a testing phase. Ads won't fix a poorly performing gig. They'll just highlight its weaknesses even faster. So start with your best performing gigs, the ones with constant sales, great reviews, and a clear offer. Those are the ones most likely to bring you a solid ROI. Second, optimize your gig before running ads. Think of your gig like a landing page. Your thumbnail, title, and first line needs to stop people in the scroll. These should all instantly communicate what you do, who it's for, and why you're the best option. Small tweaks here can make a huge difference to your click-through rate. And third, start small and learn fast. Don't go throwing $100 into ads on day one. Begin with $10 to $20 a day. Collect data for a few days, then look at your analytics. What's your click-through rate? What's your conversion rate? Are you making a return? Now, if your gigs are getting clicks but no orders, something on the gig page is off. And if you're getting impressions but no clicks, then your thumbnail, title, or price needs work. And make sure you're checking your ads daily so that you know where your money is going. Now, if a gig is costing you more money than it's bringing, switch it off and reallocate the budget. Every month, I rotate my gigs that I advertise. I never advertise all of them at once. I only choose the ones that are performing best that month, because why throw money at something that's not bringing you a return? Remember, tracking is a must here. And if you do this right, Fiverr ads becomes a self-funding system. You'll spend money to make money, but in a controlled, predictable, and measurable way. Now, here's the truth. The Fiverr ad system has been one of the most underutilized opportunities on the platform since it launched back in 2020. I've been using it every single month for years, and it's consistently been one of the biggest drivers of growth in my freelance business. But this new update changes a lot. Fiverr is clearly moving toward a more ad-driven platform, and that means visibility will increasingly belong to the sellers who understand how to pay for attention. Now, the good news is you don't need a massive budget to win. You just need to understand the system. And if I can spend $58 and make $1,205 back in 24 hours, that's proof that small budgets can generate huge results with the right setup. The key is learning to scale strategically, and not recklessly. And if you want to learn exactly how to do that, not just with Fiverr ads, but with your entire freelancing business, then I want to invite you to join my 14-day Freelancer Accelerator program. It's a step-by-step program that helps you go from where you are right now to the freelancer that you want to be, using the same systems, strategies, and mindset that helped me scale to a full-time income on Fiverr. Now, you'll learn how to position yourself as a premium freelancer, package your offers, attract clients through the Fiverr algorithm, and turn freelancing into a business that gives you freedom. Links in the description if you want to check that out. Otherwise, on screen right now is a video that I think you're going to want to go watch next.